welcome to Special Stage and welcome to the Carlisle stages. We're just about in Kielder Forest for round 5 of the BTRDA 1400 Rally Championship. Here's who we've got to keep our eyes on in the championship today.
So reigning champion Matt Smith leads the crews away here at round 5 with Dave Bennett just behind. And we see a few names returning as well, Roger Priestnall and David Martin back after missing a few rounds of the championship.
So our reigning champions Matt Smith, Giles Dykes in that Proton are back in the fight here at round 5. And of course it's all eyes on the championship points at this part of the season. But right now on Special Stage, it's all eyes on the action for the Carlisle Stages Rally 1400 Rally Championship.
On to the first couple of stages then, and the perfect start for Matt Smith and Giles Dykes as they open up a small 2-second lead of the event.
Matt, how's life in the 1400s?
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's going well so far this morning. The chap in front's just had a problem with his turbo pipe, so caught his dust towards the end there, but nothing too bad. On the whole, I'm happy.
For Dave and Freddie Brick, it will be second. The pair going well, having not competed on these stages before.
Fresh from a great result last time out, you must be really confident.
Yeah, I was pleased obviously last time. It's very different up here, very loose I'm finding it, so it's interesting to be fair, but enjoying it so far.
Good competition here as well.
Yeah, they're all here today, yeah, for sure. Really good.
And Ash Seitz and Alex Lee would be another pair without the experience on these stages, lying third for now, just 4 seconds behind Brick.
You in your comfort zone here?
Ish. First time we've been up there like everybody else, but no, it's going well. It's slippy, a lot slippier than Wales, but you crack on with it, don't you? Yeah. Get on with the job.
Alex back.
Things were going well for Ryan Weston and Mark McCulloch. A couple of moments in the stages just showed they were trying. They lie in 4th place for now.
2 down, Ryan. Are you ticking them off or are you looking forward to the next ones?
Yeah, that 2 went really well. I had a couple of moments, but I'm trying hard enough.
Yeah. So times happy with them?
Yeah, times I'm happy with. I'm trying.
No heroics from Dave Bennett and Alison McNeil, the first time here for the pair, and they didn't want to do anything silly. 5th place for now and just doing their own thing.
Dave, with Matt back, the fight's surely on.
Yeah, I think so, but we're trying to just ignore Matt a bit today, do his own thing, so we're fighting for the championship, first time up, so we'll see how we get on. It's tricky in there, to be honest, really tricky.
Fast?
Well, fast, but a lot of tricky bits, so I've never been here before, no excuses, but just trying to find my way into the rally, so we'll see how we get on today.
A puncture on stage 1 set Kieran Darrington and Pamela Hilton back a little, but things were going good apart from that. 6th place for the pair now. Roger Priestnall and Chris King return to the stages after missing the last 2 rounds. Out here to have some fun and doing just that. 7th overall after stage 2. There would be a few moments in the first stage for Keith and Mari Riddick, but apart from that, things were going well, leading the 1400 C-Class once again. David Martin and Josh Davison return after their big accident at the start of the season. And it will be a good start as well, 9th overall and 2nd in the 1400 C-Class. And rounding out the top 10 were Scott and David Sloan, just 5 seconds behind Martin in the class and in the overall battle. Neil Andrew and Dom Adams start the day in the lead of Rally First. Neil having some experience here in the past, although that was 19 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time since I've been here. 19 years since I've been in here, so yeah, shows my age. But yeah, it's a good morning. Just nice and steady this morning, just trying to see where the pace is, and then we'll push on a bit this afternoon.
Alluding slightly to past experience as well, and it could be helping you today.
I don't think so. It was covered in snow the last time I was here.
That's usually
For Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy, it would be 2nd. Nothing to report other than a few small scares, but things were going well so far in 2nd place, leading the Rally First 1.4 class.
Nick, are you happy with the pace?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's going good. I'm happy. It's dry, hot, but it's good. No, not as yet. We had a bit of scare with fuel, but we got through.
Extreme weight saving?
Trying, yeah. Keep up with these 1600s, haven't we?
Has Joe got his man?
Chris Wheeler and Jan Griffiths would make a steady and incident-free start to the event, lying 3rd overall at this stage. It was a good start for John Ambler and Chris Sharp-Simkis. The pair reached the end of stage 2 with 4th place and 2nd in the Rally First 1.4 class. Not the best of starts though for Matthew Thompson and Charlotte Banner. They lose the brakes towards the end of the first stage and spend stage 2 losing time stopping on the handbrake. But 5th place wasn't a complete loss for the pair. John and Duncan Freeman had a lucky escape, hitting a rock on stage 1, but luckily the damaged wheel didn't stop them driving properly through the stages, taking the 1 litre class lead as well. Richard Gemmell and Laurie Walker's problems started in shakedown, going off the road and into a ditch. Luckily, the event itself was going better, with 7th place for now just a few seconds behind Freeman. And for Jonathan Pickering and Simon Broom, it would be an identical time after stage 2, lying in 8th overall and ready to push on the next stages. Emily and Elliot Retelich lie just inside the top 10 with 9th overall, 39 seconds behind Pickering in the class and overall positions. And rounding out the top 10 were Mick Quinn and Neil Carman, 2nd of the Rally First 1 litre crews at this stage, a few places behind Freeman ahead. 3rd in that class were Ollie Bell and Simon Rogers, the pair settling into their first event together and lying in 11th. Sadly, we lose Morgan Hanford and Richard Davies. They roll out of the event on stage 2. So at the end of the first couple of stages, the results look like this. On to the next few stages, and it's all change at the top, with Dave and Freddie Brick taking the lead now. No problems though, and enjoying the stages.
All good, Dave?
Seems okay, yeah. Seems real good. We've had a few frighteners, which always makes it a bit more exciting, but it's a usual thing in this car.
For Ash Slights and Alex Lee, it will be 2nd place. A puncture in stage 5 lost the pair a little time, but things were still going well aside from that.
Hey up, Ash, how's it going?
Now then, Chief, you alright?
1 stage left. You've been going quite well in here, haven't you?
Yeah, that second to last stage that we did, it was shocking. It should have got cancelled really, but hey ho, we're here. Thankfully we we got 2 punctures in that one, but we're still here. We're keeping on going, plodding along, see how we get on. I don't know where we're fared now. We might have to just give it everything. I want last one. 13.
We like it when people say things like that.
Sadly for Matt Smith and Giles Dykes, it would be a drop down to 3rd. The reigning champions having problems with the dust, and the tyres had started to go off in this loop of stages too, just adding to their woes.
Sir, long rally for you today. Back with the fire?
Yeah, it's going well. We had a slight issue on the 3rd stage. We caught the car in front, followed him through half the stage, didn't pull over. We lost 30-40 seconds, so bit of a fight back now.
Yeah, you've got a long stage to do it in. You like your long stages?
Yeah, you get into it, but the tyres are going off, so we'll see what we can do at service, get some new ones on and see if we can catch them.
Overall, there wouldn't be any change for Ryan Weston and Mark McCulloch in 4th. They remain in that position all morning. A little problem with the gears will be giving them some worries though at this stage. Dave Bennett and Alistair McNeil meanwhile were having a much better run through these stages. Right up until they got a puncture, that is. But now it will be 5th place. Roger Priestnall and Chris King gain a place, happy with how things were going overall, but needing to find a bit more pace from somewhere. 6th place for now. It changes a lot when you've spent some time away. Kieran Darrington and Pamela Hilton drop a little time in this loop. No reason in particular, just the rough stages causing them to take a cautious approach. 7th place for the pair now. No change at the front of the 1400 C-Class. Keith and Mari Riddick still leading the way there. Still happy as well with how things were going this weekend. And no change either for 2nd in that class, David Martin and Josh Davison. The confidence coming back a little more as the stages go on. Jane Auden-Rowe and David Auden move up to round out the top 10 now. The pace was good, but that didn't mean they were happy. The conditions certainly not to everyone's liking. And just outside the top 10, rounding out the top of the 1400 C class, will be Rob and Michael Evitt. A good move up the results for the pair. There wouldn't be any change in the rally first lead. Neil Andrew and Dom Adams continue to lead the way there. 37 seconds of an advantage in that place.
It was a bit green that last stage. It was quite dodgy, so we had to take a little bit of care on the green stuff, but it was okay. It was fine. We'll
So
see.
do you back off now for this last one?
No, we're here for a bit of enjoyment, I think.
Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy were happy with the pace in the 1.4 class, leading the way in that. But if they wanted the overall victory, it was going to take a big push in the final stage. Second overall for now for the pair.
Nick, it's about doing what you have to do for this last stage, isn't it? You're in second, you're pushing.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got to get through this last one. We're doing what we need to do in the 1400s. We're leading that, but we can't seem to catch the 1600s, unfortunately.
Which I suppose is the way it should work. On paper.
On paper, yeah, but it's still a little bit disappointing, but it's all right. We're doing well. We're doing well. It's rough. Very rough was the second to last one. We just wanted to get through that one.
With the brakes fixed, it will be a move up to third now for Matthew Thompson and Charlotte Banner. A good push over these stages brings them within just 2 seconds of Carr ahead.
Matt, you guys are on a charge.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's the first I know, but yeah.
In intention, at least.
Yeah, we're trying to go fast, but there's quite a few big rocks out there, so hopefully it all goes well. Starting to rain, keep the dust down, but other than that, keep on going.
Sadly, we lose John Ambler and Chris Sharp's Simkiss in this loop of stages after their good run in the morning. And Chris Wheeler and Jan Griffiths keep up the good pace, but with times so close, it wouldn't be enough to hold on to third. They drop down to fourth, 21 seconds behind Thompson. Things were going better for Richard Gemmell and Laurie Walker in this loop. No problems, and the pair end the loop with 5th place, second in the 1.4 class in the Minion. No change for John and Duncan Freeman as they remain in 6th. Lucky to not drop any time after driving the whole of stage 5 with a puncture on the rear of the car. Emily and Elliot Rettelick manage a few places gained in this loop, moving up to take 7th place, third of the 1.4 class runners at this stage 2. For Mick Quinn and Neil Carman, it would be 8th. Going well, but still having to settle for second in the 1 litre class behind Freeman. Ollie Bell and Simon Rogers managed to climb the results to 9th, which was surprising given the pair almost crashed out of the event with this time-consuming spin on stage 5.
You're okay.
Thankfully, they get it going again and manage to remain third in the 1 litre class.
Round back, that's it. Okay, shoots, take your time. 42 right in front. Compose yourself. Car feel okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Just do it 130. 4 left, 80.
Steering's out, I think something's bent.
Okay, so take your time. 4.
And rounding out the top 10 were Jonathan Pickering and Simon Broom, but sadly, that wouldn't continue. The pair retire before the next stage. So with just 1 stage remaining, it would be all change in the 1400s, but anything could happen in that final stage. It's a long one. On to the final stage of the day then, and unfortunately we lose Matthew Thompson and Charlotte Banner in this final stage of the event when they break a drive shaft on the Polo. Ollie Bell and Simon Rogers end the event in 8th, only gaining a place due to retirements after the final stage was cancelled. And the same for Mick Quinn and Neil Carman, not completing the final stage and settling for 7th overall. Emily and Elliot Retelich end the event in 6th, their best result of the season so far. And Chris Wheeler and Jan Griffiths unfortunately drop a place in the final stage of the day. A puncture in that final few miles cost the pair a few vital minutes. That does mean a jump up to 4th for John and Duncan Freeman, although they were another to have stage 6 cancelled on them. Richard Gemmell and Laurie Walker don't let the off on shakedown get to them and record a 3rd place finish this weekend, their best result of the season, putting them 3rd in the championship standings. No change in that 2nd place for Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy. A hard-fought 2nd place, but they hold on to it through the final stage to take the 1.4 class victory as well. But it would be the rally first victory this weekend for Neil Andrew and Dom Adams. A good drive all day sees the pair take the victory by 20 seconds. So before we catch up on the action at the top of the 1400s, here's a reminder of the rally first results. Unfortunately, we lose Jane Auden-Rowe and David Auden in the final stage. They go off the road, damaging the underside of the car. Rob and Michael Evitt round out the top 10 here at round 5, taking 3rd in the 1400 C class as well. And David Martin and Josh Davison make a welcome return to the championship with 9th overall and 2nd in the 1400 C class in that newly repaired and very welcomed Astra Mark 1. But taking a confident 1400 C class victory this weekend were Keith and Mari Riddick, strengthening their championship hopes. For Kieran Darrington and Pamela Hilton, it would be a clean run through the final stage of the day to take 7th on the leaderboard. A good result on Kieran's first visit to these stages. Roger Priestnall and Chris King end up having a good run, enjoying the stages and finishing with a good 6th place this weekend. Ryan Weston and Mark McCulloch once again have a consistent finish to take 5th place. No mistakes, they bring the car home in one piece and extend their lead of the championship standings after round 5. Dave Bennett and Alistair McNeil were happy with the pace this weekend, driving their own rally, not worrying about those around them paid off. 4th place for the Corsa pair.
200.
And for Ash Slights and Alex Lee, it will be the final step on the podium. A good finish for the pair after their earlier problems. 21 seconds behind 2nd place by the finish.
100. 6 right. 60 slowing. Chris Sutton 2 right.
And in that 2nd place, Matt Smith and Giles Dykes return to the championship, and it goes well. The difference only 4 seconds at the end of the event, showing that they still had that front-running pace that got them the title last year.
Don't cut, hairpin right, into turn left, 1 over bump, 80. Left 2 double tightens. The left 2 double tightens, right 5 over bump, into right 5 again. Left 5, don't cut, 100 up. Right 5 tightens over crest, ditch outside, 60, right 4.
But the win this weekend belonged to Dave and Freddie Brick, on the pace all day from the off and taking victory to boost their championship points and get them back up to 4th in the title standings. So before we talk to the winners, here's a reminder of the results from round 5.
Well, you know the results close, guys, when you have to stand around conferring and checking times at the end there, but to come away with the victory here in Carlisle, you must be over the moon.
We're very pleased. It's devastating for Matt. I'm sure we've just pipped him by 2 seconds. How closer can it be after all day? That's fantastic. Fair play to all the rest of the boys. Yeah.
Freddie, if you're going to take a victory like that, you want it to be against competition like this, don't you?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, no, we come up here thinking we'd really do well to get on the podium, to come away with a victory. It's great. Yeah, no, it's fair dues. He's been on it all day.
And there's life in the old Nova yet.
It's in life in the old man, not the old Nova.
Oh, okay. Obviously, I wasn't going to say that. Guys, well done. Victory at round 5. It's looking good.
Looking good, yeah. Yeah, great, yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Matt Giles, you came back to the BTRDA and you did the business once again.
Yeah, we've had an up and down day, haven't we? Obviously, issues this morning catching the car, but picked up a puncture in the last stage, but we couldn't have gone no faster. Great day.
I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? When you know that everything came together. I mean, a podium on a new rally in the BTRDA. I don't suppose you guys have been here, have you?
No, we haven't done this event before, but we enjoyed the day. The stages have been really good, with the exception of maybe one, but yeah, it's been a good new event for the BTRDA, I think.
There's some good competition right now in the 1400s. I know you guys aren't doing the full season, but I'm sure we can see you out again before things end.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be back out again. Budget permitting, we'll be back out.
You're certainly not going to defend the championship, but you're certainly defending some of that pace that we know you've got. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Guys, a podium here in Carlisle is a pretty good result.
Yeah, can't complain at that one after the day we've had, but no, it's good.
Ash said earlier that he was looking for a bit more luck just to get that victory from the off.
Yeah, but that win still eludes us, doesn't it? It'll come eventually, but today's been a cracking day today.
He had a go in a World Rally car, realised he wasn't going to win any trophies there either, so he came back.
Yeah, I know. It's no, we've had a cracking day. Everything's gone well up until them 2 punctures, but it's nice to be here. There's a lot of carnage.
And let's not forget, you built this car yourself from the ground up.
She's doing well, isn't she?
Cheers.
Anyone want to buy it?
Well done, guys. Good result.
Cheers. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Ryan Weston then uses consistency to boost his lead at the top of the championship standings. Fellow Scot Keith Riddick still maintaining that second place.
We said it in the interview, but to come out with 2 seconds separating first and second here in the 1400s in Carlisle, a new event for these guys, is a pretty good note for the 1400 Rally Championship. Dave and Freddie Brick really putting their championship campaign where it needs to be as we head towards the Nicky Grist in that Nova. Great to see Matt and Giles back, and Ash Slights, Alex Lee, the look just eluding them once again, but it'll come because the pace is definitely there. The action, I'm sure you'll agree, is as good as we've come to expect from the BTRDA 1400s. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Special Stage.
Five right plus in and 6 right continues over 10.